Hello and welcome to this edition of North Penn News. I'm Kyle Berger.
And I'm Sarah Conant. In our first story, seniors Tony Caliano and Jillian Lang were recently named Homecoming King and Queen at the North Penn High School homecoming game against Pennsbury. Tony and Jillian were chosen from a field of 14 semifinalists. First runners-up were Greg Elko and Heather DeSimbrino, while Martin Leonard and Nadine Gabadon were named second runners-up. After the game, the senior class hosted a dance for the homecoming court and the rest of the North Penn High School student body. Congratulations to Tony and Jillian.
The North Penn High School Theater is conjuring up eerie settings, chills, and thrills as they present Edgar Allan Poe's Murder, Mysteries, and Poems. The collection of Poe's best short stories and poems will be performed on Friday, October 30th and Saturday, October 31st at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $5 and can be purchased at the door.
This past weekend, the North Penn Marching Knights competed at Solderton High School in a cavalcade of bands competition. The Knights swept the competition with a first-place win and took home all caption awards. The Knights topped Upper Moreland and Hatboro Horsham with a score of 94.2 and took Best Rifle Line, Best Percussion, Best Choreography, and Best Music. The Marching Knights will travel to Westchester University for a USSBA competition this weekend. Congratulations and good luck.
The North Penn High School Addition project is coming along ahead of schedule. The cool fall weather is allowing workers to complete the exterior work without delay. Almost all of the masonry has been installed on the exterior, and the crews are spending most of their time on the interior of the building. The Audion floor and stage are complete, and workers are installing the heating ducts and the electrical system. In the new classrooms, drywall contractors have begun covering the framing. The stairs to the upper floors are welded and ready for tiles. With most of the exterior work complete and the building interior protected from the elements, the crew will spend the winter months working on the inside of the addition.
Attention sophomores and juniors, the applications for the 1999 Governor's School for Teaching, Agriculture, Science, International Studies, and Healthcare are now in the Future Plan Center. This is a scholarship for 5 weeks over the summer. Interested students should see Mrs. Chayota Keller in the Future Plan Center.
18 North Penn High School students were recently named National Merit Scholarship Commended Students for 1999. These students were among over 34,000 commended students in the nation. Although they will not continue in the Merit Scholarship competition, the commended students placed in the top 5% of scores for the 1997 PSAT NMSQT test. Congratulations to these students.
North Penn High School senior Tiffany Johnson has recently been named a commended student for the National Achievement Scholarship Competition. This is an annual competition sponsored by the National Merit Scholarship Competition. Congratulations, Tiffany.
The North Penn High School will once again be holding its annual Parent-Teacher Coffee. On Tuesday, October 27th, parents can visit their children's teachers all day long in the library. Teachers will attend the coffee during their planning period, and all parents are welcome to attend.
The Montgomery County Concert Band recently performed a local concert. The band was organized and is directed by North Penn High School's Associate Principal, Mr. Stephen Frederick. The musicians range in age from high school students to retirees. Pembroke Middle School Band Director, Mr. Peter New, was one of the featured soloists in the event. Congratulations on a great show.
Did you ever wonder how many species of lizards and snakes there are in the wild? Students at Walton Farm had an opportunity to see several species in a recent assembly. The presenter displayed turtles, lizards, alligators, and snakes to the captive elementary audience. The students interacted with creatures of all colors, shapes, and sizes, providing a memorable learning experience.
Oak Park Elementary School will be hosting their TV Busters Activity Night on October 23rd. Teachers and parents will be working at 13 different stations. The activity night that will take place from 7 to 9 p.m. will include such stations as the Cookie Corner, Keyboard Madness, and Creative Station.
Attention students, there are several scholarships available in the Future Plan Center at North Penn High School. The following scholarships are due before the end of 1998. The Jefferson Scholar Scholarship is due October 30th. The Coca-Cola Scholarship is due October 31st. The Tools for Tomorrow Scholarship is due November 6th. The Emory Scholarship is due November 9th. The Horatio Alger Enriching America Scholarship is also due November 9th. And the Chapel of the Four Chaplains Scholarship is due November 9th as well. The Toyota Community Scholars Award is due November 19th. The American Fire Sprinkler Association Scholarship is due December 4th. For more information on these scholarships, see Mrs. Chayota Keller in the Future Plan Center.
And we have several scholarships that are due after the start of 1999. The Ron Brown Scholarship is due January 9th. The Washington Crossing Scholarship is due January 15th, the Grand Masters Law Enforcement Scholarship is due March 26th, and the Princeton Review Scholarship is due May 1st. Again, for more information on these scholarships, see Mrs. Toyota Keller in the Future Plan Center.
There are several school board committee meetings coming up on the schedule. On Tuesday, October 27th, the Faculty's Buildings and Grounds Committee will meet at 4 p.m. The Support Services and Finance Committees will meet at 6 p.m. and the Special Ed and Student Services Committee will meet at 6:30 p.m. All school board meetings take place at the Educational Services Center.
And now on to North Penn sports. The regular season has come to a close for several North Penn sports teams. The field hockey team ended its season with a scoreless tie against Pennsbury. The double shutout against the Falcons showed the steps made by the Maidens in their rebuilding process this season. That tie came on the heels of a shellacking of Truman on Monday 10-0. In the Truman game, Laura Sampson had 3 goals for the Maidens. North Penn finishes the season with a record of 6-10-3.
The North Penn Knights soccer team finished up their regular season with a heartbreaking 3-2 loss to the Pennsbury Falcons Wednesday night in Crawford Stadium. Adam Decker and Roland Klaus scored the North Penn goals. On Monday, the Knights beat Truman 5-0, outshooting them 28-6. Quentin Berkelback, Chris Maylott, Brian Sherman, Andy Grimm, and Joe McDevitt found the net for North Penn. The Knights finished the season with a record of 8-10-1.
With 3 games left in the season, the Maidens volleyball team dropped both of their games last week. Over the weekend, they lost a tough 3-game match to Lansdale Catholic, 15-11, 10-15, and 15-5. In that game, Jody Salerno had 29 digs, 13 kills, and 4 aces. Beth Ligori had 17 assists in a losing effort. On Monday, they lost in Chamonix in 2 games, 15-3 and 15-5. North Penn was led once again by Jody Salerno, who had 15 digs and 5 kills. The Maidens are 3-9 and play their final home game of the season against Pennsbury on Monday.
The North Penn Knights had their homecoming game against Pennsbury this past Friday at Crawford Stadium. Let's go to the highlight tapes and check it out. Heike Johnson, number 2, had a huge night for North Penn, racking up over 140 yards. Knights get things started in the first quarter. Mike Colinello goes 20 yards for the touchdown, 7-0 Knights on that inside reverse that the Knights run to perfection nearly every time. Here's Heike Johnson getting his groove on, going 27 yards. One man to beat. He's just drugged down at the 2-yard line. Unfinished business for Johnson was finished 3 plays later. 2 unsuccessful. Mike Kapusta runs up the middle, led to this 2-yard run by Heike into the end zone. The extra point was no good, 13-0. Just before halftime, Pennsbury's quarterback trying to throw deep into the end zone, but he throws a wounded duck, and Heike Johnson out there playing center field picks it off for the Knights, and they would go into halftime with that 13-0 lead. Into the third quarter we go, and Clay Kucklick off the play fake to Johnson goes untouched on the bootleg deep into Pennsbury territory, and then eventually into pay dirt. 21-0 North Penn after the 2-point conversion. Turning point of the game came on North Penn's next drive, a crucial call that was, in my opinion, not the right call. Kucklick will fire to Heike Johnson. He's drilled and leveled. They ruled out a fumble, not an incomplete pass. Contrary to popular belief, it's Pennsbury's football. They drive down the field. Jim Romano, he's going to go 40 yards. One man to beat Johnson, and Heike Johnson does catch up with him just about the 5-yard line. And a couple plays later, Chris Schaefer, number 30, will get the call, and he'll go 6 yards and will dive from about 3 yards out and hit the pylon. He's into the end zone for the touchdown, 21-7 North Penn. Now a center screen to Chris Schaefer, picking up his second touchdown of the game. He'll spin, slash, and fall into the end zone, 21-14. It was a whole new ball game at that point until Heike Johnson from 9 yards out goes into the end zone, 28-14, the final score. At homecoming ceremonies at halftime for North Penn, Tony Caliano and Jillian Lang will see them, the homecoming king and queen. There they are, and it was a happy victory for North Penn as they saw their record improve to 6-1 this week. They're at CB East, a very crucial matchup that could be a big factor whether they make the District 1 playoffs or not. It's at War Memorial Stadium, 7:30 this Friday.
Ryan Civarelli, North Penn's lone remaining golfer in the postseason tournaments, saw his season come to a close this week at Philmont Country Club in Huntington Valley. Civarelli shot a 90 and missed the midway cut by 4 strokes. The top 10 finishers from the 2-round stroke play tournament advance to the state tournament.
The North Penn ice hockey team picked up its second win of the season with a 5-0 shutout of Hatboro Horsham at Warwick Ice Rink on Wednesday. Goalie Kevin Hayes shut out the Hatters with 33 big saves. Ben Davis, A.J. Scott, Scott Rao, Greg Ferguson, and Mike Ball all scored for the Knights. North Penn has a record of 2-2, and they'll play against rival Council Rock Wednesday at Warwick Twin Rinks.
In water polo, both teams picked up wins over Upper Perk this week. The boys' team defeated the Indians 5-2, thanks to 3 goals by Chris Houchins. They are 16-1 and have 3 games next week, 2 games at Upper Marion, and 1 against crosstown rival Souderton. The girls were a little more decisive in their victory over Upper Perk, winning 10-1. Monica Hatchin and Ashley Jernigan had 2 goals, and Laura DiLuigi had 5 steals. They have the same schedule as the boys' team, and the state championships for both teams are scheduled for November 6th and 7th at Governor Mifflin High School in Shillington. And that's it for this edition of North Penn News. For the entire North Penn News team, I'm Sarah Connett.
And I'm Kyle Berger. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned. Sports Night is next. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Sports Night. I'm your host, Kyle Berger. Joining me on today's program are Tiffany Huff and Zach Webb, both members of the cross-country teams here at North Penn High School. Tiffany, we'll start out with you. Just give us a brief synopsis of your season and your record so far.
This season we're 14-0 and we're undefeated in our league. We're doing good and hope to improve more.
Zach, guys team, how are they doing this year?
7-3 this year, which is I like because considering the circumstances we're under with returning varsity members and seniors.
Now, what did you think the difference between this year's cross-country team and last year's team? You obviously lost Matt Antunes, among others, to graduation. How have you guys dealt with those losses?
Last year we had team killed everybody, not to be boastful, but this year we came in, we had 2 returning varsity members, lost about 75% of our varsity, and we knew it was kind of a rebuilding year. And we just wanted to work with the younger guys and work them up so they were in shape for next year. And they could have a decent team next year. Not that we're not decent this year, we're doing great this year, considering the circumstances, but other than that, I'm happy.
Okay, Tiffany, girls' team is almost the exact opposite of what happened to the guys' team last year. You didn't lose too many people to graduation. You have a good crop of young runners for you this year.
Yeah, we only lost 3 varsity members last year, but underclassmen have come up and seniors have improved well, so our varsity's strong again this year, as it was last year.
Both you guys run winter track and spring track along with the cross-country season. What is the main difference for you guys as far as running cross-country as a change of pace?
The main difference just is the mileage. We do a lot less in spring and winter track. In cross-country, just a lot more miles.
Zach, if you could point to one thing at both ends of the spectrum, what would be the best aspect of cross-country and what would be the worst aspect of it?
Cross-country, you gotta love the unity with the teams, and you really bond with, and it's really a team effort to win. And more along lines with winter and spring track, it's more individual, and the focus is on you just winning your event, and the team comes second.
Okay, Tiffany, your opinion on that?
Cross-country, it's a team thing. You win as a team. It's not individual. It's top 7 runners for varsity, and it's more of a team thing. That's what I like most about cross-country.
Up next for you guys, you have leagues, then districts, and then states. How do you look to perform there?
Well, since we're undefeated this season, hopefully we'll win leagues. And districts, we should do just as well. Hopefully we'll win. In states, who knows? We're improving, so hopefully we'll do well.
Okay, Zach, how about the guys' team for leagues, districts, and then on to states?
We're crossing our fingers for districts. Hope we'll cut states, but leagues we should finish well. probably third, second, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Now, for you personally, do you look to continue either cross country or just track in general when you move to college next year?
Definitely. Definitely going to do cross country and track, just as an activity and stay active in college.
Do you have an idea of where you would like to go?
I'd like to attend Maryland University.
Okay, Tiffany, cross country in your future for you?
Maybe not cross country, but track definitely. Hopefully I'll run at Bloomsburg or someplace like that.
Okay, well that's all the time we have for this week's edition of Sports Night. I'd like to thank Tiffany Huff and Zach Webb for being on the show today. Best of luck to them as they continue with cross country in this postseason. Till next time, I'm Kyle Berger, and I'll see you at the game.